Welcome. Jesus. Welcome to the Victor Hill Show. How are y'all doing today? Today we're talking about healing unresolved trauma, a journey to wellness. And I'm going to just take my time and talk to you today, all right? And let's just have a very open, honest communication about healing unresolved trauma from our childhood and how that affects our lives. And let me just keep it a buck. Some of us are having struggles as adults, and we have talked about ourselves and called ourselves all types of names, when the reality is we're only manifesting unhealed trauma from our childhood. And we've been unfair to ourselves. Instead of addressing ourselves and loving ourselves, we have been damning ourselves. But today we're going to talk about that, okay? Now there we go. I was having some problems with my headphones. All right. So let's just get straight into it. I need to set some intentions, or not intentions, but just give y'all some understanding on where I come up with these titles and these subjects from. They come straight from my life. I mean, literally straight from my life. This entire teaching came from a conversation that I had with myself on Sunday. And so I'm going to start off with talking about that. Sunday, I was sitting on my balcony, and I don't know. Hey, Vernita, how you doing? Welcome to the show. Good evening. And I don't know. I know how it happened, but at any rate, I said to myself, you are searching for security because you did not feel secure as a child. And it was out of nowhere. I heard myself say that loud. And I said, Is that real? Is that true? And then I asked myself, it was an internal dialogue with me and me. I asked myself, well, what do you want out of your current relationships? And I said, security. I need to be accepted. I need to feel. And I was like, oh my God. I don't know why that moment. I don't know what sparked that conversation inside of me, but I became clear at that moment that the type of relationships that I need now, or that I'm searching for now, are due to the deficits that I experienced as a child. And we talked about this a little bit yesterday, how I handle my money and how sometimes I get really anxious when my money get low is because of trauma as a child. And so I was clear, and it's crazy because you can have knowledge, but when you have those kind of aha moments, it immediately turns to this wealth of wisdom for yourself. And I was clear at that moment that I needed to spend more time doing like this picture right here, hugging the little boy inside of me and talking to and serving the unhealed child inside of me. And that's where we start today's teaching, all right? So the first thing we need to do is to be aware and conscious that maybe the person that I am right now is the manifestation of the unhealed younger me. Unhealed trauma experienced during childhood can have lasting effects on individuals as they grow into adulthood. This is because children's brains are still developing, making them particularly vulnerable to traumatic events. When trauma is not properly addressed, it can manifest in various ways throughout an individual's adult life. And so I'm going to say this again. Perhaps maybe some of what you would call your shortfalls, your temper, how angry you get or how sad you get. Maybe it's not necessarily what you're doing right now. Maybe it's time to address some childhood trauma. Now, let's talk about some potential consequences of childhood trauma. Emotional issues. Unresolved childhood trauma can lead to difficulties in regulating your emotions. These emotional challenges can hinder a person's ability to form and maintain healthy relationships and may even lead to self-destructive behaviors. So maybe that is the reason why there's this string of faulty relationships in your life. It's not that you are a bad person. Maybe you are a hurting child. It's not that you are incapable of communicating properly. Maybe the times that you were supposed to communicate freely, you was told to shut up. Or when you were crying, rightfully so, for whatever reason happened, you were made to shut up before you was given something to cry about. Number 2, trust issues. Childhood trauma often disrupts a person's ability to trust others. Oh God. Especially if the trauma involved a betrayal of trust from a caregiver or authority figure. This can make it difficult for individuals to form secure attachments in their adult relationships and may result in isolation or a fear of intimacy. And this really applies, well, not, I won't say really applies, but for those that maybe you were abandoned by your parents. Maybe you were raised in a single home and didn't have a relationship with your father, or didn't have a close relationship with your mother. And now you're having a hard time trusting adults because the adults in your life let you down. And that's why we have to be so careful not to judge these kids who kick up against authority. Because perhaps maybe these kids, some of these kids out here, especially we see these videos on social media, maybe it's that their authority has dishonored them and disrespected them so that they don't even have the infrastructure to honor authority, period. Especially for those of us that were physically abused and are sexually abused as children. It can be super hard to have intimate connections. And if I'm going to be honest with you, I have had to have real conversations with myself, because if I'm not careful, I will find myself finding reasons why something is wrong with somebody. I mean, searching. It could be something like, why are their lips so black? They probably on drugs. I mean, anything, anything I can put my hands on to discredit someone that possibly I might like. And I'm not even talking about romantically, but even as friends. And I have to talk to myself because of that lack of trust that comes up sometimes. Number 4, coping mechanisms. And I'm doing good. I'm not going to be up here long. Coping mechanisms. In an attempt to cope with unresolved trauma, adults may develop unhealthy coping strategies such as substance abuse, overeating, compulsive behaviors. These maladaptive coping mechanisms can contribute to a range of physical and mental health. I can see it clear as day in my life when I am searching for soothing through food. I mean, clear as day. I'll start off with a bag of chips and I get some hummus because I try to keep healthy snacks around here recently. And I'll be eating the hummus and I'll be eating and I'll be eating before I realize it, I've totally disconnected in my mind. I'm gone. And then I'll wrap the bag up and then I'll say, oh, let me go in the refrigerator and see what they got. And I'm just in a frenzy trying to soothe through food, which is a coping mechanism. So emotional issues, trust issues. Oh, I skipped one. Low self-esteem. Experiencing trauma in childhood can negatively impact a person's self-worth and self-confidence. They may have internalized negative beliefs about themselves, leading to a pattern of self-doubt and feelings of inadequacy in adulthood. Ooh. Isn't it amazing how something can happen to you at 5 years old and materialize as a grown adult that feels less than adequate when they're around their contemporaries? I cannot express to you guys the importance of this very simple teaching. For those of you guys that are on the journey, you are at least attempting to confront yourself and take responsibility for yourself. Good evening, Kiss the Chef. How are you? And in doing that, you are going to have to take some time to turn around and be the mother and or father to yourself that you didn't have. Be the friend for you that did not show up for you when you were younger as a child. You are going to have to be your hero so that you can heal. And I'm going to say this. Many are not fortunate enough to have someone else come in our lives and do that. We have to take responsibility and do it ourselves. So here's what's going on with me. I'm sitting at my desk today. Let me tell a real story. Y'all, sometimes social media algorithms is the devil. So I'm minding my business, getting ready for the show. I open up YouTube and pops up a video of someone I used to date. And I said, let me see what they got going on. And I clicked the video. I said, oh gosh, I really missed them. And then I just start thinking about my life. I've started going down the emotional rabbit hole, y'all, because at the end of the day, I'm a human. And I had to remember, Vincent, no one can fulfill the voids that were created because of a less than perfect childhood. So let me tell you what I did. I am not lying to you. I put my right hand on my chest. I just did this about 2 hours ago. And I said to myself, Vincent, I'm going to love you like you wanted them to love you. I am going to listen to you like you wanted them to listen to you. And I just repeated, I'm going to honor you. I'm going to take care of you. I'm going to make you feel secure. Because the reality is, I'm wise enough to know that that feeling I got had nothing to do with the person. It was how they made me feel, and I missed it. I missed receiving that externally. But if you are waiting for someone to come to complete you emotionally, you might be waiting a long time. You are going to have to take the responsibility to do it for yourself. Treat yourself like this. Treat yourself like a field. And you are focused on, dead set on, intent filled on sowing good seeds into this field. And you're intent on always managing the field and plucking up the weeds and making sure no rodents and pests eat up your harvest. And if you start looking at your life like that, within 6 months or less, you are going to start feeling some kind of sense of emotional fulfillment. Where I am in my life right now, I still feel, and let me say this. If you think one day you're going to be on your journey and then you're going to arrive and you're going to get there and all of a sudden out of nowhere, everything's going to be okay. I can't tell you that's not true, but I'm willing to bet it's not true. You are going to always have to overcome something. So the goal isn't to never feel pain again or never feel emotions again or never feel disappointed again. The goal is to be able to build the infrastructure inside of you so that you can manage it properly, so that you can feel the feelings and then apply the tools of self-love so that you don't allow the feelings to overcome you, so that you can stay focused on your goals, stay focused on your mission. Hey, Marla Everett, how you doing? I found the text thing, y'all. I just got to figure it out. I'm figuring it out. I would like to say by Friday, I'm going to be able to give you guys the texting information where I'm going to be able to shoot you a text when I go live. So I don't want to set nobody up for disappointment. You will always have something that you are going to have to face. So we're not trying to get to a space in life where we're faceless with our problems, where we don't have to, life is perfect. We're not trying to be, here's what I'm trying to say. The goal is not to be perfect. The goal is to be mature. The goal is to be whole. So you're going to, if you feel like, so I'm gonna say it again, I don't believe there's no such thing as this perfect utopic kind of life where you never face an inwardly or outwardly challenge again. But I believe there is a perfect life when it comes to, as in context of maturity, where I have become so mature and so whole that I can feel the feelings of disappointment and it not hinder me anymore. It not harm me anymore. I can feel disappointment, communicate my disappointment, and then take that energy and then focus it and use the energy of disappointment, since we're talking about that, and use it as fuel to charge you and move you forward. When we get to a space of maturity, emotions will not be a hindrance. They will be fuel. So here's what I said to myself. After I finished talking to myself, I said, the rest of this that I feel, I'm going to use it to do the show today. I'm going to fuel myself. Here we go. I'm going to use my emotions to fuel my focus. There it is. Say that. I will use my emotions to fuel my focus. I will no longer allow emotions to hinder me. I'm going to use it to fuel me. Y'all get what I'm saying? Here's the picture that stays before me at all times. Marla Everett says, is it me or does Vincent need to be a life coach? Listen, here, that's why I do the consultations. I'm not going to let the cat out the bag, sort of going to let the cat out the bag, but June. All right, let me just say this. In June, when I open up the private community, a part of that is to create groups of at least 10 that come on. And I'm still working some kinks out, but you'll come on a certain amount of times a month and we're going to be able to talk one-on-one. And that's going to be a part of the private community. That's all I'm talking about now. Anyway, don't get me off track. But here is the person that I talked to. Here is the guy that was innocent. Here is the guy that experienced some harm. So when I am healing the inner me, I talk to that guy. When I put my hand on my chest, oh, thank you, Keisha, Kiss the Chef. When I put my hands on my chest and said, I will give you the security you need, that's who I was talking to. That guy right there that had hair. I will use my emotions to fuel me. I will use my emotions to fuel my focus. Absolutely. Absolutely. I will use my emotions to fuel my focus. That is maturity. And that is the goal, and that's where we're trying to go. We are not trying to be perfect. We are not trying to dot every I and cross every T. I believe that you should have the human experience. I believe you should marry the human experience. I do not believe that you get so spiritual that you lose the human experience. So if you wake up in the morning feeling sad, then okay, I feel sad today. Is there something wrong? Did something happen? And then you take those tools that we've been talking about and you place your soul in a secure space. And then you use that fuel for your focus. And you keep on going. You might get rejected and it hurts and you might cry and you might throw a fit and you tell yourself, okay, I'm going to just pass out and throw a fit for 3 days. And then on that 4th day, I'm going to get up, dry my eyes, get myself together. I'll still feel it. And the cry is right here, but I'm going to keep on focusing. That to me is the mature human experience. Not this kind of robotic, I don't feel that. I'm not lonely. I'm blah, blah, blah. No days off. I don't know. I don't know about that. I'm yapping. Let me say this. I'm not going to be on here long. I'm going to say this. I listen to spiritualists and people that allegedly have gotten to a space of maturity and evolution. And here's what I'm listening for: humanity. Your spirituality should not cancel out your humanity, and how you teach should not cancel out your humanity. If your humanity is not embedded in your teaching, it makes me feel like you're repeating talking points. Because I am talking from my life. I'm not talking down on you. I am talking to you, the halls of my life. You just need to get yourself together. You just need to rah, and you just need to rah. Nah, dog, go ahead and cry a little bit. Don't cry too long. Well, how do I know not cry too long? Because there were times I cried too long and got deeper and too sad, and it took me forever to get out of it. So I learned the balance through life. And so people that teach without compassion makes me believe, I'm not saying it is true, but it makes me believe they truly haven't lived out what they're teaching. Because when you have been through it, you have a compassion with it. Yeah, exactly. Experience is the best teacher. And so I don't have no problem that saying that watching my ex on YouTube today made me sad. And I had to do some self-work. I had to do some self-work. Why? What was crazy was while working on healing the inner, I was like, hold on. Oh my God. Let me give you another real moment. I had a conversation yesterday. Oh, and let me say this. I'm emotionally sensitive. And that was something that I used to be ashamed of. I'm not ashamed anymore. So y'all will hear me say it more than enough times. I had a conversation today that made me so happy. I had a conversation that made me so sad. I am really in touch with my emotion and I am sensitive. Now, don't get me wrong. My emotions are sensitive. That's about it. And so yesterday I had a tough conversation yesterday. And it was like 9:45 and I ain't feel nothing. So you know what I did? And y'all gonna disagree with me. I got a mentee that's riding me and I told him by June the 16th, my birthday, I'm not doing it no more. Okay? Knock on wood, I hope I can do this. I said, I know what I can go do. I went outside and smoked a cigarette. I smoked that cigarette and immediately I started firing off. And I said, yep, I knew that was gonna work. Why? I am human. And I am not going to ever act like I'm not. I cannot, well, let me tell you what, I cannot stand. I hang around a whole bunch of leaders, and I've seen this 11 times where a leader or a thought leader will have a conversation with me. I'm just so lonely. And you really have this like really intimate conversation with them. And then I see them 5 minutes later get in front of people and talk like they ain't never had an emotional issue in their life. I've seen them same people counsel people and be like, yeah, because I don't even know why just so emotional, just give yourself to everybody. And I'm like, and I'm the kind of person, I take those experiences and say to myself, I don't never want to be like that. So I ain't lying. I'm tell y'all right now, I smoke some. Now, my mentee, who happens to live with me, he goes to Morehouse. And so he said to me, how many more cigarettes you got? I said, about 20. He said, what did he say? Because you got to be wise, because you can't just be talking to me strong. But at any rate, he got me to say, by June the 16th, I won't smoke them anymore. So we're going to see. I don't know. Anyway, so how did I get on that? Sometimes I come back to myself and be like, oh my God, I'm just yapping. At any rate, the point is this. It ain't perfect. And we all got vices. And we all got, number 4, coping mechanisms. And I am the kind of person, I smoke these cigarettes and I say to myself, literally, I just had the conversation. I'm always talking to myself. I said, I can't believe I'm sitting here smoking these cigarettes. I said, this is about to be in because I can't keep on doing this. Because I am aware, I started smoking the cigarettes back in October when hell broke loose. Hell broke loose. And I was like, oh my God. So I'm aware it's a coping mechanism, like food is for me. And so I'm not going to beat myself up. I'm going to keep on doing like this picture and hugging the inner, younger, unhealed me until I don't have the taste for it anymore. I just keep on. Hold on. Somebody says prayers lifted. All right. Thank you. I just keep on yapping. But let me say this. I think that's true deliverance. If you want to know what true deliverance is, I believe true deliverance is that I am healing so that I don't have a desire for my coping mechanisms anymore. It's not a spirit. You're not greedy. You're looking for soothing from your pain. So you can go about a couple of different ways. You can get on the altar and you can pray, or you can do rituals, or you can heal. All right. I'm done because I'm just talking. All right. Thank y'all so much. Do me a favor. There's 3 likes, but 5 of you are watching. So if you guys can let me say this again. There are some of you who are sniper viewers, and I know it because you've told me. Well, guess what? I do not know who likes this. I can only see who's watching and who likes. So you do not have to snipe like. You can really like. I don't know. I don't get the notification. Even if you like, matter of fact, people who like my videos even after the broadcast, it don't say. Even if you like my comment, it doesn't say so-and-so liked the comment. You know what it says? Someone liked the comment. So I can't see it. All right, y'all. That's my story today. That's my teaching today. Healing the inner you. Healing the inner you. I want y'all to take this serious. I hope that y'all are taking this serious because the things that we've been discussing the last almost 2 weeks now are literally the things that have me in my right mind right now. And David, I believe in Psalms 52 or 51, he said, in short, Lord, after you restore me, I'm going to teach others your ways. And that's how I feel because I've been so fortunate. Email, please. Oh, you need my email, Marla Everett? Hold on. You need that's what you're asking for? I'll put it in here anyway. Even though it's in the vterrellhill.com. That's my email. That's in case you were asking for it. So I want you guys to take this stuff serious. I do free consultations. Speaking of emails, my email is pinned up above in the comments, in the live comments. Email me at info@vterrellhill.com and subject line free consultation. Send me a link. Send me the email. I'll send you a link. You set the appointment in for 30 minutes. We'll video conference call. and I promise you, your life will be shifted. Those of you guys that have already had a free consultation, go ahead and sign up. I'm going to tell you now, if you join the community, who said something about life coaching? Now y'all got me talking about this private community. The consultations will be 50% off if you join the community. So I'm gonna be honest with you. I am not interested in hitting nobody over the head, but I do value this content. So, yes, your life sure will. Yes, Vernita. Yes. Thank you, Vernita. Also, I want to grow this, guys. So if when you get these videos and you know they hit right here, please share them with friends. If I can put y'all on a little YouTube knowledge real quick. Watch hours only last for a year. So I started doing another type of show, storytelling series, a year ago. And now those hours are falling off. So it's like the more hours I get, content is falling off. So I have like 1,000 and some change more hours before I can get monetized. Let me tell you something was interesting. It's true, y'all. It's life-changing. I got to put my next session on layaway. Yeah. Smart Guy 1016. Smart Guy 1016, I emailed you Sunday, Monday, Tuesday. Not sure if you received it or not, but I emailed you. If you didn't get it, check your spam. What was I saying? Shucks. What was I saying? Oh, I want to grow this. Let me say this, y'all. Don't go nowhere or go, but I'm just talking now. My YouTube channel had took off around December. I would do a video and wake up to like 2,000 views and all these comments, and I got like hundreds of subscribers, and it was crazy. And then one day it just stopped. Now I was doing hot topics. I was doing, well, count me in. Okay, Marla Everett, I'm already ready. I'm excited. I'm excited. Anyway, so I was doing hot topics, right? And I got so discouraged because I'm like, I was on my way. Like I would have been so past monetization right now if I would have kept on that trend. I don't know what happened. I was thinking today as I was looking at my numbers, that worked out for me because if it would have kept on growing and then I took this sharp turn that I just did the last 2 weeks, I don't know how many people would have stayed on. And so I'm still like growing into what this YouTube channel is going to be. But in the meantime, y'all, please do me a favor. Please share this, please. I beg of you, share it, please. Send it to people and let them know what's going on over here. All right, guys, I'm done. I am so looking forward to the future. Well, that's okay. I am so looking forward to the future. I'm so looking forward to sharing with you guys. I'm so looking forward to connecting with you guys. I'm gonna tell you right now, I keep those of you guys that's in the email community. I'm always praying for y'all, man. Like I'm always praying for y'all. Like I told my therapist on Sunday, I said, and I told y'all this on Sunday too. I said I always wanted a son, a child, and life would have it that I don't have one yet. But remember talking about taking the emotions and fueling. And so I says, until I get a bio child, growing this community is going to be my new child. And so I'm always praying and praying and praying and praying for you guys. All right. All right. Until tomorrow, I will see y'all later. Be encouraged, man. Keep the faith. We're going somewhere.